Let's watch 100, episode 9, Useless Princesses and Bad Cuts. Starting in 3, 2, 1, click.
In which we shall find out why rain is ominous.
Yeah. I mean, other than the fact that it's ominous.
I mean, I assume that there's a reason.
Oh yeah, there is. Let's replay that last scene.
I mean, it's not unusual for
No,
shows
no.
to replay the end.
I wasn't complaining about that.
I feel the need to occasionally defend.
Yeah.
Okay, can we move on with why this is important?
Usually, we get a slightly different version of the scene.
That's not actually a bad tactic.
Yeah, it's called disarm. I mean, I guess you can conjure more. Yeah, her fighting ability is about as waterproof as Roy Mustang's.
Why?
I don't know.
That's retarded.
Yeah, if you are not the Flame Alchemist and you can't fight in the rain, you might want to reconsider your choice of superpowers.
You are spending way too much time on the downswing there.
Yeah.
I mean, so part of that was a pause, but you're still spending way too much time. You're giving our main...
Your gloating is probably giving the exact amount of time for the extra reinforcements that are coming to show up. Reinforcements you know are going to be there. So every second counts, and you should be fully aware of that.
Also, if she knows her power is reduced in the rain, that's the point where she retreats in the direction her reinforcements are coming from.
You mean, I guess that would have meant leaving her other friends behind, but if she's able to kite the enemy that way?
Yeah, and 3-on-1 when she is significantly more powerful than them is one thing, but 3-on-1 when she's
when she's totally freaking nerfed
is not a good idea. The sort of, at that point, you're asking to need to be rescued yourself.
Yeah.
Which she is.
She clearly can still, like, fire shots, even if not well, as we see her try to. So I think the answer is to retreat at high speed and fire pot shots behind you.
I mean, you don't even have to retreat at that high speed.
Just stay a step ahead.
Zigzagging through the trees, the super speed doesn't seem to work too well at dodging things.
Yeah.
So they'd be slowed down too. Regardless, gloating.
Flash of lightning.
And...
Moment of fear. Oh, look, the reinforcements. Hey, someone did something smart.
Bringing reinforcements.
Not just alerting them, but immediately... I mean, it's not like we haven't seen that chain break before.
Yeah, and we know And we know these people are powerful and used to fighting hunters.
Yeah.
Or slayers, rather. They're hunters, they're used to...
Yeah.
Oh, look, we're having the two of them fighting.
Yeah.
In theory, Emil and Kisaragi should be able to...
Mm-hmm. I do kind of like Trace Girl's copy.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Emiya did it.
The answer should be yes.
Yeah. The sort of, even if this is kind of dark for what we've seen out of Emil so far, the answer... Because now is the perfect time for bringing in commentary on this world we haven't developed.
All we've seen is monsters being dangerous. We haven't seen any hint of the oppression we're talking about, except for the fact that the guy you're working with is
a mad scientist who experiments on children. Okay, now we're getting some, but seriously. Now is the time for this, clearly. This is relevant. It's germane to Pacific Rim style
kaiju fighting.
Maybe if we were going with this sort of theme from the start of the show, like, Attack on Titan, which in its very earliest episodes kind of establishes the corruption of, if not the whole military, at least the government and portions of the military.
You kind of get that the world inside the walls sucks, it's just that the world outside the walls sucks more.
Yeah. But guess what? That's never been done here. Instead, we've been worried about, like, idol concerts. Oh, hey, it's Vitaly.
Mm-hmm.
This is our first time actually seeing her face. They're really working on building her up.
I hope there's not going to be a...
Yeah, it would be such a shame if there was a thrilling anticlimax about Vitaly.
Yes, he has full body armament variant.
Congrats!
I mean, you're a little naive, but...
Yeah.
That's, at the very least, that's a...
Yeah, that's an acceptable heroic naive.
Yeah.
Everybody's powering up!
Okay, really, this is the point where I'm not quite sure why they're not trying to retreat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, a distraction. We get one Savage in this show that's not the default Savage, and this is it. A dragonfly dragon.
Yes, that is a Savage.
Mm-hmm. It's sucking in lines! If you thought the time it took for the previous one to inhale lasers was bad, that's how long the dragon takes.
No, I'm pretty sure there's no number of cores that'll be. It's an understandable delusion.
Yeah. He wouldn't be the first character to fall for that.
And I'm betting our lead's gonna jump in and save him.
Well, what do you expect? Well, it all depends on the point where that occurs, but...
Yeah. Because I protect people. Because I'm an insufferable good line here.
Yeah. I know we were joking that Trace On was Shiro Amiya, but really, our protagonist has that standard syndrome.
Yes, but Shiro Amiya was a good character.
Yes. Exactly, but it's hard to have that standardization.
It's hard to have that standard character also be a good character. Yeah. Also, the rain lasted approximately 10 seconds.
Yeah. Nice heavy rain for exactly long enough for Claire to get her ass beat. Dragon's waiting patiently. We're taking actual time to coordinate. Waiting for him to stop being reticent.
Thank you for
Me.
Thank you for
There we
being
go.
smart.
Alrighty. So, we've got time to make a phone call while the dragon charges its laser.
Can we just pretend the dragon shot a couple lasers while they were talking?
I'd like to do that, but I'm not sure the show is worth that as a headcanon.
Also, of course it is. Isn't that convenient?
Yeah.
Why is this even a question? And why is it still charging lasers and just sitting there, being a target?
Because it's not a very good dragon.
I want a dragon. I want a dragon that actually, does dragon things. Like,
Sorry you get a dragon-type savage. It's just as worthless as all the other savages.
It just
happens to have a dragon body and butterfly wings.
I mean, it really does have dragonfly wings.
True, yeah, it's a dragonfly dragon. Oh hey, it finally shot something right when it needed to get shot. I don't know if that's a pretty good laser. Shiny, scary glasses.
Wait, how exactly does one share variant power?
How do you think?
Oh, stupid ways!
Yep! We're going back to that shit.
Why?
And this is being treated like a big deal. Now, I get Emilia... Yeah. Thank you, whoever said that.
Yes, but that's... That was Emilia's servant,
Yeah.
so it's not like it was someone showing personality.
Fair enough.
Why did
You could just never let it be Visavage's turn. This is clearly a turn-based combat system.
Or you could just throw Kisaragi at it.
Wouldn't be enough power.
How do you know that?
Well, that's what the supercomputer that's actually a sleeping designer child says.
No, it didn't actually say that throwing him at the problem wouldn't work.
Oh, no, wait, it's gonna take a turn. Shut up!
Also, I was pretty sure they kissed before. It was one of the many
Yeah,
fumbles.
one of the many falling onto hers, but... I guess that maybe he just wasn't in mode enough for that to count as a virus transfer.
He's not in combat mode right then.
Look, this show isn't very good.
And you'd think you'd need to have giant beacon warnings on the on variants people to tell them to not fucking kiss anyone if that's really...
I mean, we've heard very different conflicting things about the virus. We've heard most people die, but then we've heard that there are a bunch of people with latent infections. Also, note how the dragon never moves.
I'm going Super Saiyan! Sorry, just...
Not worth it.
I'm a meteor made of red light and...
Sword. You know, Dragon, maybe if you, like, strafed them or something, you wouldn't have gotten cut halfway in half.
And, you know, all those times where there's been the blood spraying everywhere, you'd think if it's
We're
that...
only worried about infection the one point where someone is repeatedly stabbing a core. That's literally the only time it gets brought up.
And...
Miss Worthless wants a turn, even though she's already had one.
And, sort of, a kiss... An open-mouth kiss is enough to transfer it, but getting the blood all over you when you stab a core isn't gonna...
Yeah, let's just pretend that this doesn't make a lot of sense. In fact, I don't think we have to pretend. That dragon fight was kind of where I knew this show had gone downhill. I remembered it pretty clearly, especially how static and useless the dragon it was. It's a freaking dragon!
something evil. He's got narrow eyes and long blonde hair and is a CEO. How many...
Oh, look, now he's doing the...
Poetic
looking
villain.
at the... Poetic looking at the moon with a bit of alcohol available. Are we sure he's not a vampire?
He was out on the beach.
Not all vampires burn in the sun. Some just can't use their superpowers.
Or sparkle.
Yeah, I mean, some of them sparkle. I guess we're at the quality level of work where we would expect our vampires to sparkle. We're still on with this.
We're done with this. Thank you, Sakura.
Yeah. It's too bad she doesn't catch on harder.
You are so freaking feminine.
The way too feminine to properly pass for a guy, and, yeah, list of things that we couldn't have other characters have handled better.
Oh, hi.
List complete.
I'm guessing she probably had adequate samples. More is always better, but...
Yeah. But she had enough, at least.
And, you know, one from a different type of savage might have been nice, but...
But, yeah, that was the sort of UN arc,
We've got one more arc left.
Yeah. Emilia's a princess, dragons are worthless.
And
We've had the two good scenes in the show.
And we still have one arc left.
Yep. I mean...
That apparently is what left him with the impression of this sucking, so... I'm very curious. I'm
Yeah.
not arguing that there haven't been some
I mean,
really...
it already kind of sucks, but... It's not as bad as I remember so far. The dragon fight was really the only egregiously bad fight scene in the show thus far.
Oh, look at me. I'm a dragon. I'm so awesome even though I'm hovering in one place and charging a laser beam for 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah, that dragon was about as much of a dragon as Emilia is a princess.
In name only?
Yeah, pretty much. In fact, I think both of them would have been better if one had kidnapped the other.
I like this idea. Anyway, I think we're ready to just shut it off.
Yeah, I think it's just the next
done,
episode
so...
preview. I don't think they actually have a stinger scene. The credits were longer than I thought, what I was looking at. Yeah, here we are. Next episode. Wacky hijinks, everybody's at school. See you there!